23 News right now.
Arctic chill. We're tracking a double-digit temperature drop. Fox 23 has team coverage prepping you and your family for part one of 2 storms. Just how prepared Green Country is for winter weather.
Breaking news, breaking weather. This is Fox 23 News at 5.
And the first real winter storm threat of the season is here. I'm Clay Loney.
And I'm Shay Rozzi. The cold front arrived less than an hour ago. We're already feeling the drastic temperature drop.
Let's take a live look. This is Midtown Tulsa. Drizzle down there right now, a cold drizzle. Winter weather advisory has already been issued. The system does have the potential to bring ice and power outages.
Fox 23's reporters spread across the area to help you be prepared for the cold night ahead. Let's begin, though, with Chief Meteorologist James Adelot, who's been tracking this all week. James.
Well, you can see on Fox 23 Doppler radar just a little bit of patchy drizzle right now in the metro area. That front has already moved through. Our north wind starting to pick up. On the wider view, you can see really no organized showers behind the front where the cold air is. Ahead of the front, though, we do pick up some rain, even some thunder now in parts of southeastern Oklahoma. But the big change in our temperatures in the metro area, look at the difference between Tulsa and Cleveland, almost 10 degrees. Downtown 47, Cleveland 38 degrees right now. And as we look southeast of Tulsa, we've got temperatures in the mid-50s. It's the cold front just now moving into Broken Arrow and Bixby. Temperatures will be dropping pretty quickly as we head through the rest of the evening, and our wind chills will be dropping as well. Here's a look at the wind chills on the wider view, and we've got 41 for the wind chill in Tulsa, down to 25. That's the wind chill in Pawnee, and still no wind chill effect to the east of Tulsa. Radar forecast, we'll watch that 32-degree line very closely. Looks like it moves toward the Tulsa area, maybe sagging just a little east of town, but you can also see on the radar forecast we're not picking up any accumulating precipitation tomorrow while temperatures are below freezing. So that's a little bit of good news. We still will have a little patchy, light freezing drizzle in parts of our area, especially north and northwest of Tulsa. Coming up in just a few minutes, I'll update the exact locations and timing when we could expect that freezing drizzle to start. Plus, I'll talk about our second round of wintry weather before we finish the weekend.
Tulsa crews are on standby tonight, ready to deploy as many trucks as needed from the city's salt and sand yard. That's where Fox 23's Ian Silver is, near West 23rd and South Jackson, with the latest on preparations there. Ian?
Well, let me show you just how much salt the city has going into this winter season. As we zoom out, you can see I'm in the middle of this giant pile. It's about 10,000 tons of salt right here around where I am. I can tell you the city also added 6 new plows this winter. In fact, one city official told me this is the most prepared the city's ever been going into the winter season. Paul Strezik oversees the crews who treat and clear our streets during winter weather, and he's been doing it for quite some time.
I started in May of 1978, and we did not have a single plow.
Today, we've got 45 of them, plus 63 salt spreaders.
We estimate we've got about 14,500 tons of straight salt and probably 5,000 tons worth of sand.
Assuming this is an average winter as far as storms, and not like 2011 when we had a blizzard with more than a foot of snow.
Well, it should be able to get us to 3 or 4. On average, we might use, 6,000 tons on a pretty good significant storm.
Today, crews were finishing checking out all the trucks and getting ready for the possibility of a long night preparing for the morning drive. Overnight, crews will be posted up around town monitoring conditions, prepared to start dropping salt if necessary.
Well, we'll be checking primarily the bridges because those will be the first to go.
Then they'll look at major roads that have caused problems in the past.
Hilly areas, 36th Street North, Martin Luther King Drive.
And while Strezik hopes crews can avoid having to do anything to keep us safe tonight and all winter,
we are not prepared for any kind of storm we might face. I think we're more prepared than we've been in the past.
Now, one of the big things that crews are going to be monitoring as they're deciding whether they're going to be dropping salt or not is ground temperature. So as I check the ground temperature right now with my trusty laser thermometer, it's showing me that the ground is 56 degrees right now, obviously well above the freezing point. So it seems unlikely that overnight it's going to drop 23 degrees and start icing over, but I could be wrong. So crews are going to be prepared just in case those temperatures on the ground do start dropping below freezing. For now, reporting live in West Tulsa, Ian Silver, Fox 23 News.
Tulsa police are prepared for Operation Slick Streets as the winter weather worsens. In that case, officers would only respond to accidents with injuries. Instead, drivers would need to exchange insurance and contact information, then fill out a crash report that you can find at Quick Trip or online. You can also find a link to the report on fox23.com. Just click the Fox box.
Early tomorrow morning, local school districts will check on the road conditions to make sure the bus routes are safe. The big concern is back in residential neighborhoods, plus routes that include any hills, of course. District officials tell us school will be called off only if absolutely necessary.
Continuing our live team coverage now, event leaders around Green Country are closely watching the weather. The Jinx Lights On tradition was canceled because of the forecast, but a little more than an hour ago, they decided the show will go on tonight. Fox 23's Bryce McKeon is live on Main Street in Jinx with store owners' reactions to the last-minute change.
Businesses just like this one told me that in about an hour they're going to turn off these lights and then turn them back on for the traditions that's been going on for decades here in downtown Jinx. But just a few hours ago, that wasn't the case. When I was walking up and down these streets talking with store owners, they had been told that the event was canceled. Lights on, off, and just hours before the original time, back on.
I'm just overall frustrated with the chamber.
The owner of this antique store told me even more so now that just a few hours before the original time, the chamber called the lights on ceremony back on.
You know, we had carriage rides planned and music.
We've learned that won't happen. It will be lights on at 6:07 tonight. Jinx Lights On called off isn't stopping businesses like the Pink Lily from turning their lights on. Pink Lily's owner, Sherry Bonner, even had cookies made this morning. And good thing, because now with just a few hours, she has to prepare for the event. Fox 23 went to the chamber's president to find out why the event was called off when store owners said they've seen the tradition go on in worse weather.
I can't comment on the worse weather, but I can say we anticipated rain. We talked to the Jinx Trojaneers who said they could not perform in the rain.
After Fox 23 started asking questions, within an hour, I got a call on my cell. The lights on ceremony is back on. Fox 23 cameras were rolling as the chamber's president went door to door talking to store owners. As soon as they left the Mint Boutique, we asked the owner what the chamber said to her.
Basically that since the weather's clearing up, they're just going to do the lights on ceremony. They're not going to have the event, so it'll still be back on for 6:07.
Michelle Villabril says she'll turn her lights on, but after that, when it comes to staying open till 9,
I'm not going to lie, probably not, because I already told our clients that it was canceled.
I can tell you that the tradition that is supposed to start in less than an hour that usually brings hundreds of people to these streets, well, I'm looking around and there's just not many people here. Live in downtown Jinx, Bryce McKeon, Fox 23 News.
Stay with Fox 23 for continuing coverage of the winter weather advisory. Still ahead in this news hour, we are in Broken Arrow and Bartlesville with a look at how street crews there are preparing. We'll have crews monitoring the conditions all night long. Join us for Fox 23 News this morning, starting at 4 a.m. tomorrow for weather updates and team traffic.